By the end of this video, you're going to pick one CrossFit movement and we're going to break it apart in full 3D anatomy. The snatch, the muscle up, the deadlift, the clean. Whichever one gets the most votes in the comments, that becomes the next video. But before you choose, you need to see what CrossFit actually does to your body first. Because once you see this, your pick might change completely. Watch. One clean and press. Over 200 muscles activated in under 2 seconds. CrossFit combines Olympic weightlifting, gymnastics, and metabolic conditioning into high-intensity workouts. But what does that actually mean for your anatomy? It means compound, multi-joint movements, squats, pulls, presses, performed under a clock with minimal rest. Your body never fully adapts to one stimulus. It's challenged across every energy system every session. The question isn't whether it works, the evidence is clear on that. The real question is, what does it cost your body? And where's the line between adaptation and damage? Let's break it down, system by system. Start with muscle tissue. In a standard gym session, a bicep curl for example, you're isolating 1 or 2 muscle groups, controlled tempo, local demand, limited motor unit recruitment. Now watch a CrossFit Metcon. That's a metabolic conditioning circuit. Your body cycles through squats, pull-ups, and kettlebell swings back to back with minimal rest. The demand isn't local anymore, it's systemic. Your nervous system recruits motor units across your entire body simultaneously. Slow twitch type 1 fibers handle endurance. Fast twitch type 2 fibers handle power and speed. In CrossFit, both fiber types are loaded at the same time. That kind of concurrent demand is rare in most training programs.
The upside, significantly greater total muscle activation per session. The trade-off, more micro tears spread across more tissue. And that means recovery isn't a bonus, it's the bottleneck. Now, the hormonal response. High-intensity functional training triggers a significant surge in growth hormone, one of your body's most powerful signals for muscle repair and fat metabolism. The research shows this type of training elevates growth hormones substantially more than steady-state cardio. But there's a second player, cortisol, your stress hormone. In short bursts, cortisol is your ally. It mobilizes energy, sharpens focus. But when intensity stays elevated too long, or when you train without adequate fuel, cortisol flips. It starts breaking down muscle tissue, suppresses immune function, and stalls the recovery you need. And if you've ever trained fasted on top of this kind of intensity, we broke down exactly what happens to your body in that scenario. Check the video on screen right now. Your cardiovascular system. CrossFit pushes your heart rate to 85, even 95% of your maximum and holds it there repeatedly. Over weeks and months, that forces genuine cardiac adaptation. Stroke volume increases, your heart pumps more blood per beat. VO2 max climbs, your entire cardiovascular system becomes more efficient under load. But this adaptation only holds with adequate recovery between sessions. Without it, you're stacking fatigue, not fitness. Now, joints. This is the section that matters most for injury prevention. Here's the key. Your muscles adapt to new training stress in roughly 2 to 3 weeks. Your tendons and ligaments, 8 to 12 weeks, sometimes longer. That gap between what your muscles can handle and what your connective tissue can tolerate is exactly where most CrossFit injuries happen. Shoulders are especially vulnerable during overhead movements. The lumbar spine takes heavy load during cleans and deadlifts. Knees absorb repeated force from high-rep squats and box jumps. This isn't a reason to avoid CrossFit. It's a reason to respect the adaptation timeline.
So, how do you capture the benefits without paying too high a cost? First, training frequency. The data supports 3 to 5 sessions per week for most people, with at least 2 full rest or active recovery days. If you're new to functional training, start with 3. Your connective tissue needs time to catch up to your muscles, and rushing that timeline is how injuries happen. Second, scaling. This is the most underused tool in CrossFit, and it might be the most important one. Every movement has a scaled version. Can't overhead squat safely? Front squat. No strict pull-ups yet? Ring rows. Scaling isn't weakness, it's how your body builds the structural integrity to handle full movements over time. Third, understand the foundational movement patterns before you chase intensity. The squat pattern, which trains your quadriceps, glutes, and core through the most fundamental human movement there is. The pull pattern, building your posterior chain, lats, and grip strength, the entire backside of your body. And metabolic pacing, learning how to distribute your effort across an entire workout instead of sprinting through round 1 and collapsing by round 3. These aren't step-by-step tutorials, but when you understand the patterns, you understand what your body is doing and why things break down when form fails under fatigue. And fourth, recovery. Here's one specific, actionable tip backed by everything we just showed you. Prioritize sleep over extra training sessions. During deep sleep, stages 3 and 4, your body releases the largest growth hormone pulse of your entire 24-hour cycle. That's the same hormone we showed surging during your workout. If you're cutting sleep to 5 or 6 hours, you're cutting off the signal that tells your muscles to repair and grow. 7 to 9 hours. That's not a lifestyle suggestion. That's what the physiology demands. So, the verdict. CrossFit is one of the most demanding training methods your body can experience. When it's programmed well, with proper scaling, adequate recovery, and respect for your connective tissue timelines, the data shows real, measurable results. Strength, cardiovascular efficiency, functional capacity across every plane of movement. When it's not, the same intensity that builds you up can break you down.
Now, remember what I said at the beginning. It's time to pick. You've seen how your muscles respond. You've seen the hormonal battle between growth hormone and cortisol. You've seen where your joints are most vulnerable and why the adaptation gap matters. Now you know enough to choose wisely. The snatch, where your shoulders carry the entire load overhead at maximum speed. The muscle up, where your body has to transition from pull to push in a fraction of a second. The deadlift, where your lumbar spine handles forces most people never even think about. Or the clean, the movement we opened this video with, over 200 muscles in under 2 seconds. Which one do you want to see torn apart in full 3D? Drop your pick in the comments right now. The most requested movement becomes the next video. Your comment is your vote. If you want to see how your body handles a focused bodyweight challenge, check out our 30-day push-up challenge right here. Or if you're deciding between gym training and bodyweight work, this full comparison breaks down the anatomy of both approaches side by side. Subscribe if you want your body explained, not just pushed. We break it down so you can build it up the right way. See you in the next one.